Welcome back, fans of the World Series. We're here at Daytona Speedway, so we come to this very large and wide open track. As we enter to the latter half of this World Series, the trucks competition has got to be turned up to get these last couple of points. Starting out for us is Spike. He's got a brand new, of course, the brand new shock setup he's got on the front end. He's also trying out new tires on the front end to test with the new shock setup. This new shock setup apparently is supposed to keep the truck, of course, from rolling more over to the sides. It's supposed to add some more stability to the Spike monster truck here. So he's been having some problems, apparently, with rolling over. So he's brought out this new suspension to try out for you guys. Here he is stopping right on the speedway. And there he goes, flooring it down the speedway. Look at that speed. He's got an insane motor in there since he got it replaced a long time ago. Spike has just had so much power in there. He's going to spin it right into some donuts to start out with. You can see he's still missing the hood. They've been tinkering with the suspension all of in the pits. They've just been messing around with it. They've been messing with the tire pressures, trying to figure out what they want to do with the tires, seeing if BKTs work better than Goodyears. But here he goes, going over that bus deck, getting a nice jump. We get to see kind of Spike in kind of a transition period and whether or not he's going to keep that front suspension and whether or not he's going to be changing tires. So this is going to be a good event for Spike, hopefully, to get testing done. Getting a little crazy there. Good little wheelie and bringing it now down on all fours. He's going to get some big air. Very nicely done by Spike. He's going to go over the cement mixer. Some huge air there. Very nicely done. Yeah, the truck seems to be handling a little better than it has been previously. And he's going to go right over the backside of that cement mixer. He's going to hit it with the back wheels. Nice little move there. He's going to get a little cross thread going over there. He's going to land down the backside of that bus ramp after going over that side ramp. He's going to get a nice little sky wheelie off those cars, getting into a slap wheelie. A very nice combo by Spike. He's going to hit the back end there. He's going to get a little crazy. And he's going to be able to pull it back on all fours. Nicely done. Good little save by Spike. He's going to go right back over that jump. He's been kind of dancing around this kind of right side of the field. But he's going to go straight over the side of those buses. Nicely done. Moving that car away. Oh, sliding down the side of the bus. Getting that car caught up in his tire, but he's able to keep it going. Surprised that car didn't end up taking his tire. Doesn't seem like it went flat. And he's going to go over the other side. Nicely done by Spike. Getting a little stuck, backing it up there, sending the back end straight into the air. He's going to go over these buses. Very nicely done. The judges are going to love that. Time's starting to tick down. He's got about 30 seconds left. Let's see what kind of moves he can make here. He's going to go soaring through the air. Jesus Christ, look at that. And time's actually up already. A score of a 27 for Spike. Yeah, it's a good score to start off. I don't know if that's a score he deserved necessarily, but he's going to get himself a 27. It's going to put him solidly in the lead. It's a good way to set the bar. Very nicely done by Spike. He's going to throw it into some donuts here for you fans. He's not stopping. He had a great save as he cross-threaded. He went nearly over the entire track in the center there. It's a very nice move. And he's still going. He is not done. On two wheels again. Very nice little save by Spike. I'm going to throw in some more donuts. Look at him go. All for you fans, too. Yeah, I think Spike is loving this new suspension setup. This is what he wants to stick to for the rest of this World Series. This did him well. Very nicely done. I don't have anything more to say. I mean, true, that was one of Spike's best runs. This whole World Series could have been the best. But up next, we have another contender. Another contender for, I don't know if he's really contending for the World Series, but he is contending for winning this event. I mean, this event, this kind of track is kind of made for Jester, I would say. He's going to start off going over the cement truck. But these kind of like tall jumps, oh, nice slap wheelie here. Nice, carrying it into another jump. And he's going to spin it around. Nice little save. He's still on two wheels though, hasn't saved it yet. There you go, setting it all back down. All right, back down on all fours. Nicely done, Jester. He's going to go right back for that cement truck. As I was saying, though, before he started getting crazy on us, This seems like a track made for Jester. There's lots of tall, steep jumps. They're sparse, they're separated out, so you can get some nice, good distance and air between them. You can get these nice, long slap wheelies. Look at that! Absolutely incredibly done by Jester. He's going to hit the side of the bus like Spike. Very nicely done. Much cleaner than Spike. That was impressive. Over this jump at the very end there. Nicely done. Yeah, I can see Jester scoring high at this event. This just seems like a track made for him. And I'm excited to see what he can do. I mean, after what he's already done, I'm excited to see what he can fill the rest of the time with some insane air nosediving straight into the ground. The truck seems fine after that, though. He's going to go over one of the racing lanes. Getting some, good air right there. Good distance air rather than kind of height air. Very impressive. He's going to go for the backside of it now. Good little wheelie. Nicely done. Nicely done. I'd like to see him kind of pick up the pace here. Not that he hasn't had the pace going up. There he goes. Look at that. And he's going to combo into another jump. Look at that. Absolutely incredible. Goes over the backside of the bus. He's getting a little crazy there, but he's able to keep it on all fours. But if he could turn it up for the last little bit of his run here, really just to cement his run into the lead, I think this is a lead-taking run. He's going to get a little crazy. A nice little slap wheelie into some two wheels, hitting another jump. That was an amazing combo move there. He's going to go right back for the cement truck. Smack it right into that little mixer. He's going to bring it back down. And there we go. Only going to score 28. Now, I am surprised the judges are being very conservative this time. Only going to get himself a 28. That's going to put him in a lead, but only by 1 point over Spike. I am truly surprised. But, I mean, hey, the lead's the lead. A 28 is going to be a solid score to hold. I mean, but up against this guy, Gravedigger, this is a truck that could steal the lead. Now, he hasn't proven himself to be stealing the lead. He has been kind of holding those conservative runs recently. He's been filling time, but he truly hasn't been doing anything what I would call remarkable. This Gravedigger's kind of been holding off. Now, I'm hoping this event's where he's really going to start getting it going. He's going to go over the backside of this bus. Very nice little move to get the run started. I am hoping this does seem like a track. Gravedigger is such a speed demon. He's got so much power in that truck. He keeps his gears nice and short so he can get short bursts of speed. And I'm excited to see what he's going to be able to do at this event. He's going to start it off. He went over the bus already. He went over this nice little jump they've got at the end here. He's going to go right into the cars. Just slamming straight into those things. Sending those things everywhere. He's going to go right over the bus. Very nice little move there. He's going to go right for the cement mixer again. Getting some good air off that jump. We've seen a lot of competitors getting some, nice solid air. Like to see some big air. There is definitely some moves here to be made. With these, some of these jumps have just the right angle to get you soaring across this track. Here he goes. Look at that. Hitting the back wheels on that jump. Getting a little crazy. He's able to hold it down. Nicely done, Gravedigger. Yeah, he did a little wheelie, slapped the back wheels on that ramp, and it nosedived him. And he stood on the throttle, which brought it straight up into the air. And that was a nice move by Gravedigger, able to hold it down. And here we go. Look at that. That is the biggest air we have seen all night. Nicely done. That was what I was talking about. That's what I wanted to see. Right over that bus lane. That's a good jump. That was a good hit. Nicely done by Gravedigger. The judge is going to love that. And he's going for another... Yeah, well, I wouldn't... It was huge air. It was huge air. But not as big as that first move. Oh, look at that. He's just standing it up. Look at that. He's standing on the back end. He's able to back out of that. Look at that. Incredible move by Gravedigger. That was impressive. And he's going to go straight for the back of those buses. Nicely done. Right over that. Both wheels on each bus. That was a nice little move by Gravedigger. This is a good solid run. And he's going to send it flying over this bus stack. Look at that. And he's going to smack it in the cement mixer, and he's going over. I don't think he's not going to be able to pull that one over. That was a nice move. And they're going to score him a 30. Look at that. That is an unexpected twist. Gravedigger turned up the momentum. He turned up his game. And there he is, cementing himself in the lead by 2 points. Now, I don't know if that run should have beat Jester's run. But it did, and there he is. Gravedigger in the lead with a 30. Nicely done by Gravedigger. Up next, the U.S. Air Force Afterburner has been kind of going through a bout of bad luck ever since the beginning. Since the first event of this World Series, it's kind of just been, he hasn't really been able to do much, and I'm hoping that he can start to turn it up now and get some big air. I mean, it's the U.S. Air Force Afterburner. The Air Force in his name is there for a reason. He gets some insane air. And I'm imagining, yeah, this first hit, he's going for what Gravedigger showed he can do. Look at that! Across the entire track, or at least half of it. Get a nice little move there. Now, I don't know if that was as much air as Gravedigger. I think Gravedigger had more air, but right there, look at that. Getting some nice air off that race lane. I'm hoping the U.S. Air Force Afterburner can get more air. I want to see some air off these jumps. Look at him go soaring into that nosedive straight into the ground, and he's able to keep the truck on all fours. Nice move by the Air Force Afterburner. He's been having some trouble with those nosedives. Here he is nosediving again. And you see, when he stays on the throttle towards the end of the jump, that kicks the back end, well, it kicks the front end into the air, and then kicks the back end into the air. And that ends up sending him sometimes over, but it was a good, good conscious decision on the Air Force Afterburner to make sure he keeps the truck down. And he's getting a little crazy here. And he's on his two wheels, but he's going to shut the truck off early. It looked like for a minute there that he had broken the steering on the right wheel. They're only going to score him a 19. That run ends about a minute it was only about a minute long. Wow. That is sad to see from the Air Force Afterburner. Has just been going through this bout of bad luck recently. And you know what? I'm hoping to see that he can get out of it next event. That's all he can do is wait for the next event. Up next, though, we have Blacksmith. Now, this truck, I don't know. I feel like if I was going to bet on who was going to win, I think Blacksmith would win the World Series. That's just my personal opinion, but I'm excited to see what he can do on this track. And he's going to turn it straight for the bus. He's going to go for the side of the bus on his first hit, and it doesn't fully rotate. Oh, no. And he's going to call it quits there. He's not even going to try and save it. Blacksmith ends his run. Not even 6-7 seconds long. Only going to get a 5. Tried to go for a backflip on his first hit. And that's it. Never mind about that bet. Forget I said anything. Up next, we have Avenger, who's also running brand new, these old BKTs from last season. He wanted to see whether or not these BKTs can compare up to the good years that his team has been running this year. And I don't know. We'll see what we can see here. Avenger goes flying down the speedway. Look at that. He's got the Earnhardt flag flying there. Very nicely done. Getting some speed. Although, didn't start his run yet. Here he goes. Now he's starting his run. Getting some solid air off that little jump there. And slamming right into the cars. Look at that. He just did a 180. What in the world? Nicely done by Avenger. Gonna go head straight into this little bus ramp that they've got going on over there. He's gonna get a little crazy on it, but he's gonna keep the truck on all fours. Gonna spin it back around, heading for the jump that he got his first hit on. And he's gonna go flying into this bus. Oh yeah, he's not gonna stay on the gas the whole time. Yeah. Had the conscious decision to not send it flying like Gravedigger did. A nice little move there. Able to keep it on all fours. He got a little crazy there, but it was a nice little entertainment. He's going to head for the back of the racing lane, get some great air. He's going to line himself up for this back jump, slam right into the side of that bus, but he's able to keep it on all fours. Nicely done. Going to spin it around, heading for this little bus jump, get a little sideways, slamming the back end into the ground. Oh, and that back end is broke, and it is broke bad. The suspension just flew out. And is he going to call it quits here? Yes, he is. Looking at that, they're only going to give him a 17. It wasn't able to fill much time. Yeah, that is a lot more broken. Normally, Avenger likes to drive with a broken truck. But wow! Look at that. That is a little too broken for Avenger. He's going to call it quits there. He's not going to drive on that. That's going to cause too much damage. He's not going to be able to get the truck fixed for next time. Hopefully, he will be. But if he did keep driving, I imagine that would have gotten a lot worse. Up next, though, is Monster Energy. Has won the last 2 Point Series championships. Wants to take home a 3rd in a row, setting a new record And he's going to go soaring over that cement mixer, nosediving even harder than the Air Force Afterburner to start out his run. Going over the bus stack next. Very nicely done. Monster Energy took it home last time. Wants to take home the trophy again. Bag another 4 points to fully cement himself in the lead. He's going to get a little turned around here on the asphalt. But he's able to put the truck in reverse, keeping the truck together. I'm excited to see this run. He wants to win this event more than anyone else to cement himself fully in the lead. He's going to go flying over the track, hitting the front end super hard on the other jump. Looks like the tie rod broke, and he's up on his back. Oh, and he turtled the truck, and that's going to be it. They're going to shut off the truck before his wheels can touch the ground. Monster Energy is only going to score a 20. And that means that your freestyle winner for this event is Gravedigger. What an incredible turn of events. After not winning a single event, not even a top 3 in any of the past events, Gravedigger takes home the trophy. Only scoring a 30, probably the lowest scoring winner of the World Series so far. But then again, the judges were being really conservative this time around. Spike and Jester only getting 27s and 27 and a 28. Was incredibly surprising, and then Gravedigger ended up getting a 30, which, you got to question the judges on this one. But then again, the judges, they're hired to judge. They're professionals. They judge the events based on how they're supposed to be judging these events. So maybe it wasn't biased. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was fair, and I've got no say in it. But this was still overall such a thrilling event. Such a major upset for Monster Energy and Blacksmiths, both two very strong contenders for the World Series, ended up ending their runs early. But it was such a thrilling event. I'm glad to see Gravedigger, Jester, and Spike get more points on the board. And I'll see you guys again next time at the World Series.